Look around to what you see. There's an SOS ringing out for me.
To me, what worship is seeing who God is, what He's done, what He's doing now, and what He's going to do, and as a result, giving complete wonder and awe and adoration to Him and bowing down before Him. It's also allowing God to see through all our humanity to the core of who we really are and being truthful before Him in that.
For me, worship is about meeting with God. Worship, I think, is more about the way that we live, what's in our hearts, and how we reach out to God, and how we bring Him praise.
Worship for me is about recognising that God is exalted and we bow down before Him.
We're just giving God lip service otherwise if we're not actually going out there and loving our neighbour. Yeah. And I think God looks at the heart, and when we're obedient in, you know, the call to actually love our neighbour, yeah, something that touches God's heart, that's worship.
I think worship's made up of a number of different components. They are adoration or praise, thanksgiving, which is the only thing that we can give God He didn't give to us in the first place.
It's about being with other Christians, having a fantastic time reaching out to God and really making contact with Him in a way that you can't when you're alone.
You can tell from the way the congregation are singing and worshipping that they are not aware of what the musicians or the technical people are doing, and they're just caught up in the worship. That to me is when we've got it right and God just takes over.
Worship is the whole of our lives. It's everything that we do to honour and glorify and bring pleasure to God. But there is a special thing about singing to God. You know, I think music is a wonderful gift from God for us to express our love, our affection for Him. And so we found in the context of singing our worship, if that's an overflow of a life of worship, then it's just a truly wonderful thing.
Well, worship for me, it's something very personal, very emotional. I remember the first time I came to TBC, and the worship just took me over, it washed over me, and the Holy Spirit just stuck His arms around me and I cried. And that to me is worship, a real connection with God through the Holy Spirit.
In its simplest form, I think worship has a giver and a receiver and a gift. So if I worship God, it's me giving something of worth, of value to me, to God.
Worship is often perceived as singing songs in a service, but actually it's come to that narrow point when really it's much broader than that. It's really about how you live your life, what your attitude is. Are you seeking to do things for yourself, or are you seeking to do things for God?
So worship is a response to the revelation of God. I think that's the key thing. As God reveals Himself to us, so we want to respond in worship.
I'm coming back to the heart of worship, and it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus.